The first half, France superiors of Iraq, of course, everybody was expecting that, but they only scored one goal. Let's go to Hamid Mark, the man of the $1 million smile, who is with us. Hamid, how are you? What do you think? Messi is going to be 39 on Wednesday, 2 days from now, and he's still surprising us.
Yeah, honestly, there's not enough words to describe what Lionel Messi is doing at 38 years old. Like you said, he's about to be 39, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down. Austria had a very, very hard time containing him and Argentina. The way they play is just so fluid. They play in between the lines. They play quick 1-2 passes. The movement on and off the ball for someone of his age is absolutely outstanding. And even though he missed a penalty early on in the match, it was no doubt that he was going to at one point pass the record today. And he got his 2 goals. Absolutely brilliant from the Argentine superstar. Honestly, it's looking like it's going to be a rematch of last World Cup where it's going to be France and Argentina, because these two teams look like they're the team to beat. And Lionel Messi, again, he's so brilliant, but also he's so brilliant that luck also plays a factor in his game. And the second goal was an epitome of that. Like he shot the ball, it came off the defender, and somehow the ball went right back to him for him to score his second. So Messi is absolutely, in my opinion, the greatest footballer of all time. But Mbappe is very young, and Mbappe is coming for that title. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the two teams stack up in the later stages of the World Cup.
And Mbappe was very modest last night when they asked him who is the best. He said, Messi has the numbers, but I want to score more goals because I want to help my team to win. I want my team help the team to go to the final of the World Cup. Today already scored a goal. Have you been watching the first half? How does Mbappe, how's the French team is looking against, on paper, a weakest team like Iraq?
So again, when it's all said and done, it could very well be Mbappe being the best player of all time. I think, in my opinion, he needs to do a little better with his club teams. But for the France national team, he looks amazing. Honestly, Messi is 38, so I actually think Kylian Mbappe is the best player in the world in terms of ability, pace, skill. I mean, he looks absolutely sharp today. Him and the rest of the France team. I mean, they're stacked. Olise and Dembele are running the show, and then Mbappe is kind of like a little extra on top in this game. And the Iraqis don't know what to do with the France. They're lucky it's only 1-0 at halftime, but it really could have been more, and it probably is going to be more in the second half. And even though if Messi obtains the title of the all-time greatest scorer in the World Cup for this World Cup, this will be his last World Cup. Mbappe is still only 27, so Mbappe will break Messi's record, whatever that may be, and probably shatter it, and that record may be held for the next 50, 60 years. So Mbappe is definitely challenging Messi for the best player in the world. And in my opinion, if he wins this World Cup and he has an excellent career in his club life, I think he has a case for being the greatest player of all time.
Hamid, we have a breaking news. It was raining a lot in the French game against Iraq, and they suspended right now. Maybe they took a break because the rain was really, really strong. Let's see what's happened. They are in the beginning of the second half. Hamid, Mark, thank you very much. Hopefully see you tomorrow or maybe the next day. Thank you, Hamid. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You can imagine how was Argentina today. I'm not talking about the fans who were in the stadium. It's that talking Argentina, Buenos Aires, it was a party. People there, they believe that Messi can take the team against to another World Cup title. Let's go over there with Ayen Nessi. He's with all the reactions in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Thank you very much. And it's been several hours since the Argentine team's game ended, but we still see a lot of people on the street wearing the team's shirt and their face painted. This is a cold day in the country and in Buenos Aires, but everybody lived, experienced the game inside their houses and offices. The game took place at 2 p.m. Argentinian time. Some businesses even closed their doors to leave the game. However, when the game ended, we saw that people were in the streets again, smiles on their faces, celebrating the victory of the Argentine team and Lionel Messi's 2 goals. He is right now the greatest goal scorer, and this is an emblematic day for Argentina. For it is the 40th anniversary of Maradona's greatest goals. The English team, we had the hand of goal and the goal of the century, and this took place in the 4th year after the long war. We also had the celebration of Bangladesh nation that suffered at the hands of the British colonization and empire. So this day is full of symbolism, and that is fueling the excitement of the Argentinian fans, because not only to be champion, but to have the 4th title of the World Cup. Yeah, I'm so excited. I just came from work, watching the game with my friends. So excited. Messi, the greatest. You see, he's the greatest scorer. Yes, yes. We were seeing each other with the faces of Messi in our T-shirts. Hopefully, we will win the 4th cup. Yes, it is so exciting. At some point, I thought they were gonna struggle, but Leo stood up.
I mean, she's the best in the world, best in history. There's no one close. Maybe in a few years we'll see someone like him, but right now he's the best ever. Will Argentina become world champion again? I would like to say no, because I'm Mexican and I want to say Mexico's going to be world champion, but I think they're really strong. I think they have a good chance of being 2-time world champions again.
I think the best player is the GOAT. Messi is the GOAT. I love Messi, and it's a great honor to see him in a World Cup, in last World Cup of Messi.
Amazing. He's an amazing athlete. He's one of the best athletes in history. Nothing I can say is legend.
Do you think he's the best in history?
Yeah, for me, yes.
Yeah. Personally, I love Messi and I love Argentina, even if I'm not like Argentinian. So for me, it's like super exciting.
Messi is the leading scorer, but Maradona scored the goal of the century in the stadium behind me. We are going to talk about this, and we are going to talk also the hand of God, the goal also that Maradona scored against England 40 years ago, a day like today. Charlie's been working out today. He's been getting reaction. He's going to give in some information about the matches they're playing and his prediction. Charlie Montero, go ahead.
Hey Carlos, how are you? We have officially witnessed World Cup history, because in 6 tournaments, 28 matches, and with 18 goals, Lionel Andres Messi has officially broken the record for most goals ever scored in World Cup history. The previous record was held by Klose with 16 goals, but with Argentina's 2-0 victory today, Messi broke that record and also qualified for the round of 32. Argentina will play against runners-up of Group H, which can be Uruguay, Cabo Verde, or Arabia Saudita on July 3rd in Miami. But my friends, that's not all. Later on, we have Norway versus Senegal. Haaland versus Mane. If Haaland's team wins, they will also qualify to round of 32. And even later, we have Algeria versus Jordan. Jordan needs to win because if they don't, they will be eliminated. But before we see the games tonight, let's see who fans think will win. This is what they had to say. Who thinks will win, Norway or Senegal?
Norway.
Norway. How much?
I think it's going to be a good game. I think Norway will probably have like 2-1, easily.
And Jordan or Algeria?
Algeria. They got a good squad.
Norway because of Haaland. I don't know. 4-0. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Norway will win. 3-0. Hat-trick Haaland.
Okay. And between Jordan and Algeria?
Okay, I think it's complicated, but Algeria 2-1. 2-1.
2-1, Senegal.
Senegal?
Yeah. This World Cup is for
Okay, I
so,
like it.
yeah.
And then later plays Jordania versus Algeria. Who do you think will win?
I think Algeria. I think that's a normal thing to happen. So, if 2-1, no, 3-1. 3-1. Yeah, man.
So there were some mixed opinions in that group of fans. I think that Norway will win. Norway has a very strong team, and Holland will definitely score some goals. And I think Jordan will win tonight because if they don't, they will be eliminated, so they have that extra motivation. Back to you, Carlos.
That's going to be a tough one for Jordan to win. Would make history if they do. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is playing Republic of Congo. It's playing against Colombia. They're playing in Mexico, in Guadalajara. And the most famous fan of Republic of Congo, Lumumba. I'm sure you know him. You don't remember? Let's see the story, these pictures, and then we go to the break. See you in a little bit.
Is it a real statue or a human being? If you've ever watched the Congo national team play, you've probably noticed this man. His name is Michel Nkuka Mboladinga. He doesn't shout, celebrate goals, drink water, or use his phone during the entire 90 minutes of every match played by his national team. 90 minutes without moving. And yes, just like the goalkeeper or the forwards, he has a role in every match. His motionless stance with one hand raised is a living tribute to Patrice Lumumba. Who was Lumumba? The hero who led the Congolese people to independence from Belgium in 1960 and who was later assassinated. The circumstances of his overthrow and killing involved both Congolese rivals and powers. The role of the United States and Belgium remains a major subject of historical research and debate. This is a tribute to a national hero, a leader who confronted colonial domination. That's why Mboladinga's role at this World Cup carries even greater significance. Decades after Lumumba's death, this man recreates his statue to remind the world of his people's resistance. Whether under rain or sunshine, he calls the history of a nation. His message is so powerful that the players themselves reportedly requested that he be included as part of the official delegation for the 2026 World Cup. While thousands sing in the stands, he prefers to represent the pride and dignity of an entire African nation. When everyone thinks all eyes are on the ball, his serious face and fixed gaze on the field draw admiration from many spectators. His tribute is also the tribute of the national team. More than football, pure dignity.
France-Iraq. The match is suspended right now because it's been raining really, really hard. We are waiting for some news. As soon as we get them, we would let you know. 40 years ago today, in the Azteca Stadium, playing Argentina against England. It was 4 years after the Falkland War. So that it was a game that has a lot of emotional value for Argentine people and for English people. And Maradona, he did something amazing. First, he scored in famous Hand of God. And then he scored what is called the best goal in FIFA history. Was amazing, amazing goal. And we are lucky to work in Telesur with Victor Hugo Morales. Victor Hugo Morales was the guy who has the magic to narrate that game. But first, let's go to see how was that day, and then I'm going to show you an interview I had with Victor Hugo. Let's go to see the goal of the century.
40 years ago, on June 22, 1986, football saw one of its greatest moments. In the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City, Diego Armando Maradona received the ball on his own half, dribbled past 5 opponents, and scored against gatekeeper Shilton. 10 seconds, 52 meters, 5 English players ahead. A goal that FIFA voted like the best in the World Cup history. 4 decades later, it remains the goal that no footballer has been able to match. Victor Hugo Morales immortalized the goal of the century with his historic commentary, which, overflowing with emotion, dubbed Maradona as the Cosmic Kite, Spanish for Cosmic Kite. Morales included memorable phrases such as, "What planet did you come from?"
Ahí lo tiene Maradona, lo marcan dos, pisa la pelota Maradona, arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial, y es el tercero a tocar para Borruchaga, siempre Maradona, genio, 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 ta, 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 ta.
In the same match by the same player on the same afternoon, because Armando Maradona didn't just score the most beautiful goal in the World Cup history, he also scored the most controversial one, both in the quarterfinals, Argentina versus England. Let's talk about the first one, the one that hurts, the one that divides opinion.
On the same day as the goal of the century, Maradona also scored the most controversial goal in history. England versus Argentina, quarterfinals, Maradona jumped with his fist up and deflected the ball over goalkeeper Shilton. The Tunisian referee, Ben Nassour, did not see the fall. The goal stood. After the match, Maradona said, "It was a little with the head and a little with the hand of God." For the Argentinians, it was a symbolic revenge, 4 years after the Malvinas War. For the English, a robbery. God or the devil, depending on who you ask.
Stay with us to discover more historical milestones that have forever shaped the world of football.
I know many of you were not born 1986, but yes, I remember perfectly well that goal. 1986 was the first year that I was in the USA. I was at the university, and I'm never going to forget that. And I'm never going to forget Victor Hugo Morales, the way he narrated the goal. I have the chance, I was lucky enough today, early today, to talk to Victor Hugo Morales about that day. That's what he told me.
Un honor, Victor Hugo, to have you here from the field. The first question today is such a historic day, 40 years from that goal of the century and of that goal. When you were narrating the game, do you think that it was going to have the importance that it had?
It is such an honor to be here. It's not as that, because after the narration, I apologized twice. It was in the original record because I thought that I went overly crazy and I was concerned for what people would say about the goal. However, several days passed and the repetitions were on and on. Something special was being born, because with Diego's goal was being associated to my narration, and I consider it flattering, but at the moment I never considered destiny.
Precisely that. Next to the goal of Diego, which was spectacular, the goal of the century without a doubt, your narration came together. How do you explain that?
There was a lot of emotions. Diego's showcase was amazing. For a narrator that's more or less trained in looking for the right emotions, what's happening helps because he goes with the action and you feel it that way. So you go hand by hand of my emotion to Diego's genius. I am simply walking with him.
Victor Hugo, in this year's World Cup 2026, many changes, new rules. That goal, so pure of Diego, could have existed in this moment with the video assistant referee, the new technology that we have.
No, for sure the first goal would have not existed. Yeah, the hand should have been voided, null. But I believe cheating is part of the game. In every single game, there's some cheating going on. The judges need to determine it, but if you're able to avoid it, and Maradona suffered a lot of cheatings. He suffered a lot, and sometimes when he was going to the goal, they were taking it down. But I do believe that the second goal is the best one ever, because my narration is clean, showcase his genius, how he was driving himself around with the times and what was happening on the sides, and the courage to be able to achieve it, not to take away his responsibility of himself. You're a sports person. You would share your game with somebody else to avoid mistake. No. I think that was sublime, that would happen. There was no VAR that will able to dictate anything against this.
Victor Hugo Morales, congratulations for the 4 years. Thank you very much.
It was an honor to talk to you.
He's a legend, Victor Hugo Morales. It was a pleasure to interview him. France, Iraq is suspended for rain. You know, we are talking about the hand of God, and Argentine people, shockingly, we say Argentinian God is Argentine. And maybe today God knew that Mbappe was inspired and maybe was going to get more goals and make more than Messi. And they said, okay, let's start raining to stop Mbappe. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. It was great being with you today. Take it easy and let's leave you with pictures of the goal of the century. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.